Hey, what's up everybody? Tommy Star here. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome to my July Blu-ray update. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you're all doing great. Got another Blu-ray update for you, nice and early again this month. All my pickups for the month of July, we got 88. So another big stack to share with everybody. But before we do that, if you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet and you enjoy Blu-ray updates and seeing what I pick up each and every month, hit the subscribe button right down below. And don't forget to hit the bell because that'll notify you guys every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy my July Blu-ray update here today, give it a like. So let's see what we got for the month of July. A huge horror haul, so many horror titles this month, and a bunch of A to Z, a couple of DC Marvel, which I believe one of each. And we got some new Disney Movie Club exclusives to go over. Some great steelbooks again this month. Lots of boutique labels, Shout Factory, Scream Factory, MVD, Vestron, Vinegar Syndrome, Kino Lord, and one DVD. So there you have it. That's my intro. Let's get started. So like normal, we'll go ahead and start with the DVDs. I got one here, but it's actually a 4-film collection. We got all the free Willy films. Now, the main reason why I bought this is I just wanted part 2 because I actually really enjoy part 2 and I don't have it. The only ones that are on Blu-ray are part 1 and part 4. I have part 1 on Blu-ray, but the 4th one, I've never even heard of it. And to be honest with you, I really have no interest in seeing it. The 3rd one, wasn't a big fan of, but like I said, I really do enjoy part 2. Now, I was going to get just the DVD of part 2, but for some reason that one's going for like 25, 30 bucks, or you get this 4-film set for like $6. So I was like, whatever, I'll just get that. So I have part 2, but yeah, I enjoy part 2, like I said, so just wanted to have it. So we're going to look at the horror titles now, because as I mentioned, I got a lot and I want to get through these. So let's take a look at a few pickups from Full Moon. This one here is a newer title they released called Crazy Nights. I don't know, it just looked really wild to me. I wanted to check it out. So, Crazy Nights. Next up here is a movie called The Creeps. Now, this was sent to me from Full Moon a few months ago in one of my orders. They sent me like this as a free gift, but a DVD copy. And it actually looked like something kind of cool. It's like some weird movie based on like the Universal monsters. As you can see them on the front there. So I don't know, I just wanted to have the Blu-ray of it, so I picked it up. And then a movie called Creepazoids, a film by David Decato. Your flesh will crawl right off your bones. I don't know. Looked like something crazy that, you know, Full Moon always gives us, so had to get it. Next here is a film from Magnolia Home Entertainment, a movie called Held. Looked pretty cool, some kind of a home invasion film, so I wanted to check it out. So the next few titles we're going to look at here are some Blu-ray upgrades. I had these on DVD and I just figured it was time to upgrade them. First up is a movie called One Missed Call. Pretty cool one. Movie called Pulse. This is the 2006 edition of Pulse. I know there's like, I think 1 or 2 other movies called Pulse, but this is the 2006 one. Thought it was a pretty cool movie. Another Blu-ray upgrade here for me. A movie that I've never really even known how to say. Primeval, I have no idea. But I remember when this first came out, they advertised it as based on a true story of one of the most notorious serial killers ever. And when I watched it, it just ended up being a crocodile. So I don't know, I was pretty let down, but it's still a semi-decent creature feature. And then the last Blu-ray upgrade for my horror section is a film that's kind of not a lot of people talk about. Robert De Niro and Dakota Fanning, Hide and Seek. Kind of a weird psychological thriller. I remember liking it, haven't seen it in a long time, so definitely going to revisit it now on Blu-ray. From MVD Visual, we got a new film here called 10 Minutes to Midnight. It's got Caroline Williams in it, which I really like her. And I heard it was a pretty fun movie, so wanted to grab it. So we're going to take a look at the horror pack titles from July. I know you guys just recently seen them in an unboxing video, but we'll run through real quick. Renee Zellweger and Bradley Cooper in a film called Case 39. Never seen that movie, but glad to have it in the collection. Another Resident Evil animated film, Vendetta. Not real big on Resident Evil, you guys know that, but still nice to have in the collection, I guess. And then the horror pack exclusive, number 61, a film called Scream Test with Felissa Rose. Never even heard of the movie, but definitely looks cool. Next up is a series here. We got season 2 of The Purge. Came out in July. I picked up season 1 in June, if you guys remember, so I had to get this one. And yeah, unfortunately, did not come with a slipcover. The first one did, but this one didn't. Why? I don't know. Something I ordered off of Zavvi UK, a little collector piece to put up on the shelf in the horror collection. But the little box set edition with the Funko Pop keychain of It. I got a couple of these, like for Deadpool and Deadpool 2. And when I seen this, it was like, believe it or not, like $6 on Zavvi's website. So I haven't opened it yet, but like I said, it's just something cool to have in the collection. All right, we're going to look at the Blu Ray slipcovers. First up from Vertical Films, Every Breath You Take with Casey Affleck. It looked pretty cool. Another like psychological thriller. Had to pick it up. So only one pickup in July from RLJE Films, and that is the movie Jacob's Wife. Been hearing a lot of good stuff about this movie. Cannot wait to check it out. It just looks absolutely crazy. But yeah, excited to see this. A new horror film here from Lionsgate called Initiation. It looks pretty cool. Some kind of a slasher at a college or something. Next is the fourth title I got in the July horror pack, Anna and the Apocalypse. Some kind of a horror film set around the holidays, I guess. And from what I heard, I don't think this was ever released on Blu-ray in the US. This is the Canadian edition. So that's what I heard. I could be wrong, but either way, if that's the case, happy to have the Canadian Blu-ray of it. Okay, I lied. I do have another title here from RLJ that I forgot about. I picked this up off of eBay because I've been trying to build up my RLJ collection because they put out a lot of really cool stuff. And like I said, I got this off eBay, a movie called Some Kind of Hate. And this, I guess, was the only a Best Buy exclusive Blu-ray edition. I don't know. It came out in 2015. And what a horrible sale on eBay. I mean, just a horrible seller. They didn't ship it for like 2 weeks, and their communication was horrible, and they were being a complete jerk. And it shows up with a fake shrink wrap around it. The disc is messed up. I hope it plays. And this slipcover is destroyed. It is so bad. I don't know how well you're going to see this with the plastic on it. But a horrible experience on eBay. I don't go through that a lot. For the most part, I have pretty decent transactions, but this one was just horrible. So I don't know. I might look for another copy of this with a better slipcover, but either way, I'm looking forward to checking out the movie. Got a brand new title here from Severin, Retribution. Look at that slip. I mean, just, you gotta love it. The Ultimate Nightmare. I've never seen this movie, but it sounds really cool. I got a really good review back here from Bleeding Skull. Relentless, squishy joy. It makes us angry that we've lived this long without having seen Retribution. It's a popcorn classic. Had to pick this up. It just, like I said, looked awesome. Okay, another stack of titles here that you guys seen in a recent unboxing video. So we'll just run through them really quick. If you guys want to see these in more detail, all unboxing videos will be down below in the description box as usual. But Lionsgate put out some brand new slipcover editions of all the Saw films. So we'll just run through those really fast. Saw 1, they're all embossed and they're pretty cool looking. Saw 2. Saw 3, Saw 4, Saw 5, and it's got all the numbers in the bottom corner. Saw 6, Saw the Final Chapter, and then Jigsaw. And then, of course, had to pick it up. I got the Blu Ray edition of Spiral from the Book of Saw, the brand new Saw film. And I enjoyed it. It was different. Didn't hate it like a lot of people, but I wouldn't say it's like one of the best Saw films, but definitely pretty cool. I thought Chris Rock did a pretty good job. Okay, moving on to the 4K horror. First up is Spiral. Now, originally I was just going to get this one, of course, had to have the 4K, but when I seen that the Blu-ray had a different cover, I liked them both, and being a big fan of the Saw franchise, I just figured I'd grab them both. But of course, I had to pick up part 2 of A Quiet Place. Love the first movie. Haven't watched this yet, but I actually plan on watching it tonight with Jess, so definitely looking forward to it. Heard nothing but great stuff. Okay, we're going to go ahead now and end the horror with some Blue Underground 4K releases here. Got all 3 editions of the film Dead and Buried. Just 3 different covers, but all the same movie. And yeah, I had to get all 3 because I'm crazy and weird and stupid. But there's the second one. I'm happy I got these. I mean, I've gotten every single Blue Underground 4K, and this is the first time they released the title with 3 different covers, so I just figured, what the hell? And the last one. So, awesome. All right, you guys, that's all the horror. Let's move on. So that takes us to DC Marvel, and we got one of each. First up is for DC, and that is the 2nd season of Pennyworth. You guys know all these DC series that come out. I got to get them all for the collection. I don't really know, haven't really heard a lot about this series, but as I mentioned in the past, it's based on the Alfred character from Batman, so it'll be cool. One day, maybe in 50 years from now, I'll start watching these series. And then for Marvel, we got the 4K release for the film Howard the Duck. Never would believe a movie like this would come to 4K, but whoever decided to do it, thank you very much, because this is one of my all-time favorite films. Definitely in my top, I'd say 15 or 20, to be honest with you. Yeah, I like it that much. Grew up on this movie, watched it a million times as a kid, and I'm so happy to get a 4K release. And especially with the slipcover now, because the Blu-ray one that we had didn't have a slipcover, so gotta love it. So couldn't be happier to get this on 4K. Next up, the MVD Rewind titles. We got 3 of them in July. First 2 here, number 28 and 29, couple of horror films. Mortuary, don't know anything about this movie, but happy to add it to the MVD collection. And then The House on Sorority Row. Yeah, I'm really happy that MVD put this out, because I think I mentioned before, this was originally released by, I think, I always forget, maybe Scorpion or something like that. And it was out of print, going for a lot of money, and I really wanted it, and now I was able to get it through MVD. So awesome. Like I said, number 29. And then number 30 is a documentary called The Go-Go Boys, the inside story of Canon Films, the first in the MVD Rewind series documentary, which is pretty cool. I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. Moving on to the Vinegar Syndrome. I picked up 3 movies from their July titles. First up is The Lamp. Looked pretty cool. Killer's Delight. And then the last one is Through the Fire, which I guess this is an alternate title. I guess the other title is The Gates of Hell Part 2. So I mean, that's what it said underneath, so I didn't know that. I have the first Gates of Hell, so I don't know. That's cool, I guess. Okay, that takes us to the Shout Factory titles. I got 2 here. First up is number 120 in the Shout Select line. All-time favorite film of mine, finally on Blu-ray. I've loved this movie since I was really young, and that is Little Big League. It's got Luke Edwards in it, and he becomes the manager of the Minnesota Twins after his grandfather dies. He inherits them. It's a really fun movie, and I've actually watched it already. Believe it or not, the transfer is really, really good. I was pretty impressed with it. So, and then the other Shout Factory is a new biopic on David Bowie, and it's a movie called Stardust. And Johnny Flynn plays David Bowie in this movie. I've never really heard of him, but I guess it's a movie that's more centered around his Ziggy Stardust character. But I love biopics, and it was Shout Factory, and it had a slip, so I had to grab it. Okay, Scream Factory. I got a nice little stack here. We're going to start with the Amrays. First up is American Gothic, a title I wanted for the collection for a long time, and I was never really happy with the price, but this finally went down pretty low on Amazon, so I finally grabbed it. Really happy to have that in the collection now. And then a brand new Scream Factory release for a title that's never been on Blu Ray before, and that is David Arquette, Eight-Legged Freaks. This was definitely a holy grail for Craig and I. So, moving on to the slipcovers, we got an IFC Midnight release here called The Night. Looked pretty cool from the executive producer of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You guys want to read about that one? Sounds pretty cool. A new movie here from Scream Factory got released last year. It's got Lance Henriksen in it. The Unhealer. With great power comes great pain. I don't know, just looked like something crazy. Wanted to check it out. There's the back. And the last three Scream Factory titles are all collector's editions. Really happy to be getting more of these. First up is House of Wax. This was already on Blu-ray before, but now we got this awesome special edition with a cool slipcover. I really enjoyed this movie, so I'm glad that Scream Factory put that out. This one I don't know anything about. Brotherhood of the Wolf. But it's a collector's edition, so I had to pick it up. And then Stephen King's The Dead Zone. So lots of great stuff from Scream Factory coming down the pipeline. We got a whole bunch of Halloween films announced to 4K. Craig's all-time favorite Holy Grail pick for Scream Factory. Alone in the Dark is coming to Scream Factory Collector Edition. Wow, great stuff coming. Next up are the Kino Lord titles. I got two here. First up is a new to Blu-ray film from the late 90s called Clay Pigeons. It's got Joaquin Phoenix in it, Vince Vaughn, Janine Garofalo. Looked pretty cool, so wanted to grab it for the collection. And the other Kino pickup here is a 4K slipcover, and that is Mad Max. Now, not a real big fan of this movie, but I've been noticing that Kino started announcing a lot of titles to 4K in the near future that are a lot of Scream Factory collector's editions titles. Like they announced like Misery. But I decided that, you know what? I figured I'd pick it up. It's a 4K release of it. It's got a cool slipcover. Figured I needed it in the collection. Okay, Vestron Video. We got one in the month of July, and you know what it is. I've talked about it a bunch of times on this channel. I've made a few videos about it because it's my all-time favorite movie, finally on Blu-ray, and that is The Wraith. If you guys want to check out those videos, please do so. I talk about when it got released, and then I did a video when I actually picked it up, and that's all I'll say. If you guys haven't seen this movie yet, check it out. Okay, time to dive into my steelbooks for July. We got some cool ones. First up here, finally on 4K, got the exclusive steelbook for Space Jam. Pretty cool looking. Thought they could have done a little bit better on this one, but... And there's the inside. Happy to see Space Jam on 4K. Got a sweet new steelbook here for the brand new Mortal Kombat film. Check that out. We get Scorpion on the front, and then you flip it over and you got Sub-Zero on the back. And there's the spine. And the inside with Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I thought it was a cool film. I enjoyed it. Not as much as the original, but... First time to 4K for this next title here, and it got released only on Steelbook, and that is Almost Famous. Back. Spine. I like the movie. I think it's pretty cool. And there's the inside. Next up are a couple steelbooks I ordered off of Zabby. First one up is the 4K steelbook for the film The Doors. When I seen this, I just had to get it. There's the back and the spine. I don't know why we never got one when this came to 4K in the US, but we didn't. There's inside. And then the other one is, I was pretty happy to see that they had a steelbook for this, and that is the Blair Witch. This is the sequel, Blair Witch. There's the back, spine, and the inside. Next year, we got the Best Buy exclusive 4K steelbook for A Quiet Place Part 2. Pretty cool looking. I think I dug the steelbook for the first movie a little bit better, but it's still kind of cool. And there's the inside. The Best Buy exclusive 4K steelbook for Spiral. This is a cool looking one. I like the pink and the design. It's pretty cool looking. And I will say, if you look in the back, there's like this like scratch looking thing here. And I remember watching my buddy Tony on YouTube, BasementBlus, and he was questioning that if the scratch was part of the design or if it was like an actual scratch. And I got it too, Tony. So yeah, you're good. Yeah, there's the spine and then the inside. And the last steelbook we're going to take a look at here is definitely my favorite for the month of July. That is a Best Buy exclusive 4K steelbook for Howard the Duck. And I had trouble getting this one. Apparently, my original Best Buy that I go to, it was sold out at. Even though I pre-ordered it, I switched it over to another one. And when I showed up, it was completely damaged. And then I brought it in to return it. And I had to do another store pickup at a third Best Buy. And I finally got it. So what a mess that was. But such a gorgeous steelbook. Totally worth it. Love the art on this. I love that we got the border. I love steelbooks that have the border. There's the spine and then the inside. This one, cool shot. This one, I have a steelbook for, a couple Blu Ray steelbooks. One was an FYE exclusive, and another one was from like a different region or something. They were both similar but pretty boring. But this one, I love the art on this one. Moving on to Disney, we got 4 brand new Disney Movie Club exclusives, some cool 90s films that I grew up on. First up, A Kid in King Arthur's Court, The Big Green, Man of the House, and Tom and Huck. So that takes us to the last and final category in this month's update, the A to Z titles. We're going to go ahead and start with the Amores. First up here is a late 90s film starring Jonathan Taylor Thomas and Devon Sawa. I remember enjoying this film, Wild America. Not a movie many people know about, but 3 brothers go on this adventure. It's pretty cool. A couple of Twilight Time pickups here. The first one is a coming-of-age film starring a young Reese Witherspoon, The Man in the Moon. And then Joe Pesci and 8 Heads and a Duffel Bag. Craig's been after me forever to pick up this movie. I've never seen it, but it looks pretty cool, so cannot wait to check it out. Okay, a couple of Mill Creek titles here. First up is a film from 1989 starring John Ritter, Skin Deep. Never seen this movie, but I love almost anything with John Ritter. Rest in peace. And this definitely sounded crazy, so happy to pick that one up. And then a Holy Grail title here for Craig and I, and that is Jason Biggs, Steve Zahn, and Saving Silverman. And now I've heard that this is just the PG-13 release, which sucks. I don't know why they didn't release the, I don't know if it was R-rated or unrated or whatever, but kind of sucks, but oh well. Moving on to the slipcovers now. A new Guy Ritchie film starring Jason Statham called Wrath of Man. I watched the trailer for this and it definitely caught my interest, so I wanted to pick it up. A couple new Paramount Presents titles here, number 19 and 20, 48 Hours, and another 48 Hours. This one is first time to Blu Ray. I've always enjoyed these films. Eddie Murphy is really young in this movie. I've always liked the first one a lot better than the second one, but I had to get them both. And the last Blu Ray before we move on to the 4K is we have the 5 movie collection of the Dragonheart films. Now, I saw the first movie and I actually kind of liked it, even though I don't really get into movies like this. I do remember enjoying the first one, but I've never seen the other 4. But this was pretty cheap over at Walmart. So I figured, hey, get all of them with the slipcover. Why not? All right, finishing things off with the A to Z 4K. First up, first time on 4K, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Never seen this movie, and I actually wasn't going to get it, but a lot of you were telling me that it's a pretty cool movie, and I should check it out, so I figured I'd grab it. What the hell. Next up here, the G.I. Joe films got brought to 4K. The Rise of Cobra and Retaliation. Never been a huge fan of these movies, or G.I. Joe for that matter. When I was a kid, I was more of a He-Man kid, but the movies are decent. We got the new one coming out soon. I had these pre-ordered on Amazon. I think they're like 25 bucks a piece, 25 bucks a piece. And they actually got released a week early at a lot of people's Walmarts, including mine. And they ended up being like 10 and 15 or something. So pretty good deal, but had to pick them up. Of course, I had to get the slip edition as well as the steelbook for Space Jam. Kind of a cool cover, but again, just happy to have a favorite film of mine from when I was younger on 4K and with a slipcover. So, and the last pickup for this update, and that is of course the brand new Mortal Kombat film. And yes, had to get the slip edition of this one as well. And again, I enjoyed the film, not as much as the original, but it still was a pretty good time. So I definitely will check it out again. Well, there you go. All my pickups for the month of July, all 88 of them. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and hopefully it wasn't too long for you guys this month. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the pickups. Let me know what you guys got in the month of July. And if you would, share the video around. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. You have a great day.